She fell in love deeply. Believe me, they like what I say, they repeat me. Yeah, look, all this money I be spending on BBs. That's why you.
Here in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Ready to get us started, the Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And off we go from Seattle. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. On play action, now Brady. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Now Brady. That's into the hands of Jacob Harris. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to it behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady caught left side Hopkins. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here.
Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And the Seahawks are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass. So that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking... This is going to be a big day, and it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play action. Now Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. And I like the idea here, getting the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
They go back to Carson here on second. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. On third down, Wilson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Again, it's Brady. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the gun, it's Brady. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Brady. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. The try here for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Next score, Seahawks 10, Rams 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Von Miller in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving him past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he
evades the tackler, and now some space. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play that time on the catch and run. On 1st down, Carson, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw forward.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, L.A. We keep waiting year after year to see signs of Tom Brady's arm strength deteriorating, but his message there, keep waiting.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On second down, it's Carson, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And out across midfield, down to the 45.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, Wilson. That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want him to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
They go play action with Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Seahawks who were victorious in that one. So they now look for the sweep here back home in Seattle.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw into the hands of Lockett. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Carson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Quick throw, and that's Eskridge on the slant. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know, maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Going up top for Kupp. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 23. He's really putting together a spectacular season. That interception, number 11 now on the year.
And I know we're all taught that 7 is a lucky number. I'd say 11 is for him, huh? No doubt about it.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Wilson. He'll find Ballore out of the backfield. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Extra point up and through, and that will make this a 4-point game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. From the 10. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 35 on second down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
All right, Brandon, normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 9. Now Brady. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course he thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot. And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Second and 21. A lot of ground to cover. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. This complete to Lockett. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not because this...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Wilson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Draw play. This is Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll punt it away for the second time. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 63 yards on the ground for him so far. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They go back to Carson here on 2nd. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Here's Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Now Wilson. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. He'll find Eskridge here complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Throwing now is Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people watching this one right here gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. To throw is Brady. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. So there's one big play followed by the timeout as we're under 10 seconds to go. And now how do you play it offensively? We'll find out. Back to throw, Brady. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the fourth.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
And Brady will sneak it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Tom Brady finding the end zone on the game's final play. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. He talked about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going.
I'm ready for more. You fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2, 3. Hey. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I just got 20, I'm running on empty. This mobile that came from my money is silly. I feel like envy, not trying to be friendly. It is what it is, if you want me, come get me. Whenever you ready, no, I keep it steady. Yeah, I get the W, throw the confetti. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We about that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the army, the navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine, if you want it, come take it. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war.